So my role here at the Hornets is I'm the senior manager of event presentation, so we handle all of the in-game entertainment and all of the events surrounding the Charlotte Hornets. I'd build the initial scripts, and then I build it in Excel, and then I would print it out and I'd give it to my boss. He would make edits and he would give it back, and I would go through and I would make those edits, and so we would have that process probably about 5 or 6 times leading up to the game, and then we do one final edit. We have a good show, we have a good process. We did not want to tear that down and rebuild it. So one good thing about Shoflo is that we can still keep a relatively same workflow. It's just a lot of the smaller steps have been kind of taken out of it, where we can kind of work on things simultaneously, and it kind of helps in that regard, but we didn't have to change really a lot. The transition wasn't as overwhelming as probably a lot of people think. Again, it's just kind of training, maybe not even training, but just educating everybody like it's going to be different now. Even our partnerships team, they would go in and kind of sniper my scripts and kind of like, oh, you have this wrong, and I'd have to say, well, it's not done yet, so you're just going to have to wait till we get it finalized. So now I can just send them the link, and they're like, here's the final script, and then they can go through and kind of see if we missed anything or anything like that. So being able to kind of live change everything and have that kind of dynamic element of everything automatically shifting around is probably the biggest benefit when we're within our show. When it comes to tracking, most of the time, probably about 80% of our games is when I'm in the production corner managing everything over there, getting everything off the floor, and my boss is at the scores table, so he's the one that everybody's primarily tracking. So our TD and control room will be tracking him. I can kind of work ahead of him a little bit, but you can still see where he is with that little kind of blue button that kind of goes around. And then we've got our TV, our monitor in the tunnel as well that's tracking, which our DJ really likes. If we just need to input like, okay, this name needs to be put in or whatever, I don't even have to tell him when I'm making changes. I can just say, hey, this season ticket holder name's in there now, and at the same time everybody else can hear it, and then they know to go in and look, and then we don't have the spelling problems unless I put it in incorrectly, then it's my fault. And then we can even put like, the phonetic pronunciations and that type of stuff when we have to change, when we don't know when I'm building the scripts and stuff like that. So having that, even the dynamic editing capabilities within certain, cells or whatever is great. As far as time saving, I would say it's at least been probably about half. We've been able to really streamline our edit process, and the fact that my boss can now even go in and make some of his own edits. He doesn't have to go through me, because with Excel, once you open a document, it's all right, whoever's opening that document can go in and edit it, whereas with Shoflo, he can just go in and make those changes, and then he'll tell me that he did it, or we have a kind of color marking system where, hey, I changed that, and he'll change the color. So Shoflo has been great for us. With me being the hesitant person at first to kind of make that switch, I've been definitely proven wrong. It's saved us a bunch of time. I think it saved us a bunch of stress as well, and I think all of our crew loves it, and I think everyone's really happy that we got it.